Welcome to The Explainer, where today we're tackling something huge: artificial intelligence. Is it about to completely save the media industry or completely destroy it? We're going to break down the threat, the massive opportunity, and what it's really going to take to survive in this new world. And this quote from Nicholas Thompson, the CEO of The Atlantic, just nails it. The best opportunity and unquestionably the biggest threat. I mean, think about that for a second. It's not just some new app or a different way to do social media. This is a technology that could be the ultimate tool for journalists or the thing that makes them obsolete. So how can it be both at the same time? Let's dig in. Okay, so first up, the annihilation scenario. And yeah, that sounds dramatic, but it's about how AI could literally tear apart the entire business model of journalism. Let's look at the scary part first. So, how could this actually happen? Well, it's like a domino effect, really. Step one, AI chatbots, like ChatGPT, they become the main place people go for information. You just ask a question, you get an answer. You don't need to click on a news site anymore. Then, step two, because no one's visiting news sites, the open web as we know it kind of disappears. All that traffic, gone. And finally, step three, the ad market gets completely turned on its head. AI can create these super targeted ads that make the old way of doing things look ancient. For you and me, that could mean a world where real, original reporting is incredibly hard to find. And the core problem, the real rub, is something called data scraping. I mean, think about it. To make these AI models smart, companies have fed them, well, pretty much the entire internet. That includes decades of journalism, all those articles and investigations. And they've often done it without asking and without paying a dime. So you have a situation where journalism's own work is being used to build a direct competitor. It's like someone stealing your blueprints to build a rival factory right across the street. So, with that huge threat on the table, what's journalism's secret weapon? What's its core asset? What is the one thing that AI just can't copy? And the answer really boils down to one simple, powerful word: trust. Look, an AI chatbot is basically a remix artist. It's trained on all this existing data, and it can summarize it and spit it back out. But it can't create anything new. It can't go out and verify a fact. Heck, sometimes it just makes things up. They call it hallucinating and produces what's now being called AI slop. Professional journalism, though, it's all about creating new, verified information. It's built on a foundation of trust, and that's something you just can't code. So if trust is the asset, what's the strategy? It's pretty simple, actually. Control and license. Publishers are starting to say, nope, you can't just take our stuff for free anymore. By blocking these AI scrapers, they get a seat at the table. They get leverage. And suddenly, they're not just victims of data theft. They become essential partners. Because if an AI company wants its model to be truly high quality and reliable, well, they're going to need access to real, trusted information. All right, so that's the defense. Now for the offense. Let's talk about the AI-powered newsroom. This is where we flip the script and start turning this threat into an unbelievably powerful tool. Okay, just picture this: AI as an infinitely fast editor. You've written a massive article, maybe a whole book. You can just give it to the AI and say, hey, did I contradict myself anywhere in here? Or find the best quotes from these 3 hours of interviews. It's not about having the AI write the sentences for you. That's the crucial part. It's about using it to make the work a human has done even better, tighter, and way more powerful. Now this is a real game changer. AI for perspective checking. A journalist can finish an article, and instead of just asking a friendly colleague to read it, they can ask an AI, read this. Now, tear it apart from the perspective of someone who thinks I'm completely wrong. How incredible is that? It helps you find the weak spots in your own argument, see what the counter-arguments will be, and it just raises the bar for creating truly fair, balanced reporting. And then there's this: AI as a story magnet. You know that phrase, finding a needle in a haystack? Well, that's what reporters do all the time with huge amounts of data. Now you can unleash an AI on a giant government database or decades of a newsroom's own archives, and it can find those needles. It can spot trends and connect dots that a human might take years to find, if ever. It's a secret weapon for uncovering hidden stories. So what does all this mean for the journalists themselves? It means there's a new essential skill in town: AI fluency. And look, this isn't about learning to code. It's about understanding how these tools actually work, knowing what they're good at, but also knowing their limits, like when they might just make stuff up. It boils down to this: the journalist of the future isn't going to be replaced by AI. They're going to be replaced by a journalist who knows how to use AI. So, how do we navigate this crazy new world? The answer is right here. You have to stay true to the mission while being ready to radically change your methods. And this quote really sums up the whole challenge. You have to stay true to whatever the core ideals are, but also be able to pivot. It's not about throwing out the principles of good journalism. The mission is still the mission: provide trusted, verified information. But how you do that, that has to be completely flexible. You've got to use the new tech to serve that old mission and be ready to change direction on a dime. And being able to pivot is going to be so important because honestly, who knows what the future of news delivery even looks like? Is it going to be short TikTok-style videos? Will we get our news from an AI assistant that just talks to us, no screen at all? Or something we can't even imagine yet? The only thing that's for sure is that news outlets have to be ready to meet people wherever they are in whatever new format comes along. So when it all comes down to it, the ones who survive this massive shift won't be the ones who fight AI. They'll be the ones who figure out how to use it to make their journalism better and to make themselves even more trustworthy. They're the ones who will pivot without losing their soul. And that leaves a really important question for all of us to think about. As this AI revolution changes everything, will your favorite news source be able to make the leap?